You're finally getting a savoury cake out of me. Hi everyone, it's Tash and welcome to another Wednesday recipe video. And today we're going to be making a log bagel and it's going to be kosher / halal friendly. Timestamps are down below and in the description if you want to skip the initial blah blah, but stick around if you want to hear a little bit about what we're making first. Log bagel, or turnip cake as it's also known, is a really popular dim sum dish and it's often eaten around the Chinese New Year period too. The basic ingredients are grated white radish, rice flour to bind it all together, Chinese preserved sausage and shrimp. As someone who is half Chinese, loves Chinese food and is Jewish, I grew up in a Jewish household, utter torture. Now it's no big secret that as an adult I'm a bit lax with the whole kosher thing, a bit being very generous, but I still do make kosher friendly versions of things so I can share them with my family. And I developed this particular recipe because growing up I would go to dim sum houses with the Chinese, not Jewish side of my family quite often, and you know, dim sum, everyone just orders what they want and then you eat what you want. I would see this, I would smell it and it smelled heavenly, and I would be very sad not to eat it. So I made a kosher friendly version myself. There's no shrimp or no pork in this one, so it could also be halal friendly too, because instead of shrimp, not so much of a problem with the halal side of things, but instead of shrimp we're using anchovies, and instead of the preserved pork sausage we're going to be using a preserved chicken or turkey sausage. Now if you want to be 100% sure it's halal or kosher, do shop for certified halal or kosher sausage. In my case, I used to use a brand called Yarden's. They did mini turkey kabanos. I can't find them anymore, but I noticed that the Eastern European section in my supermarket does actually have chicken kabanos now. Really tasty snack too, because you can eat kabanos cold. You will need to spend some time making it because it's twice cooked, 3 times cooked technically. First you have to cook the ingredients, then you have to cook the ingredients together in the mold, and then you have to slice up that cooked loaf and then fry it. So yes, now that I think about it, it's cooked 3 times. Well worth the effort though, and to be honest, there's no real effort, it's just a little bit lengthy. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. Let's start by cooking down some daikon radish. This is one of those big white long radishes. I basically peeled it, chopped it up, and I weighed 600 grams and then I grated that 600 grams. So yep, here we have 600 grams of grated white radish. Going to add 150 milliliters of water. And we're basically going to cook this down. We need to wilt this radish. It's been about 5 minutes, as you can see, it's nice and wilted. We're going to continue to cook this another 10 minutes maybe, until the water volume has about halved. Right, that's perfect. I'm going to turn the heat off and now I'm going to transfer all of this into a bowl. We've got a nice big bowl ready and waiting over here. Don't worry about completely cleaning the wok because we're going to use it now to fry some more ingredients. Meanwhile, we're going to let this cool down. Now let's get to frying. Here I have my little mise en place with all of my ingredients. I have 4 shiitake mushrooms chopped, 2 spring onions finely chopped, 2 anchovies finely chopped, and 3 big chicken kabanos. That's kind of like a ready-to-eat sausage, a dried sausage. Usually I actually use mini turkey ones and then I double it because they're quite small. Couldn't actually find my usual mini turkey kabanos. I could only find big chicken ones, so I just use those. And we're basically going to fry them in some oil. Let's get our pan back. We need about 2 tablespoonfuls of oil. We don't need that much because actually the little sausages have a lot of oil in them. Let me whack the heat back on. And we're going to fry the whole lot together. And we're done. It's been about 15 minutes. These little meat pieces are getting really nice and brown and crispy. Our mushrooms have all but disintegrated. They've shrunk a lot. That's perfect. Now I'm just going to turn the heat off and I'm going to let these cool down. Once our radish is cooled down, we're going to add 150 grams of rice flour, a teaspoonful of sugar, and a pinch of citron pepper. If you can't find ground citron pepper, then a little bit of ground cracked black pepper will do. Give it a quick mix. And now we're going to add our other now cooled ingredients. Once all that's mixed in, we're going to put it all in an oiled loaf tin. Pack it down. At this stage I like to give it a few wraps on the counter just to make sure there are no air pockets in there. Actually, I'm going to do that on a towel because I don't want to make too much noise. And now we've got to steam this bad boy. So I've got my bamboo steamer over my wok, which has some bubbling water in there, and we are going to close it, and unfortunately we now have to wait a good hour and a half for this to cook because it is a very dense cake. So steam it on high for an hour and a half, and don't forget to top up the water every so often because the water is going to boil off eventually. You don't want it to run dry. It's been an hour and a half and we are done with at least the first part of the cooking, because now we need to let it cool down completely. Then we need to unmold it, slice it and fry it. This is completely cool now. Just going to turn it over. Perfect. Now let's make some nice thick slices. Now we can fry these up until they're nice and crisp. I've heated a little bit of sesame oil in the pan, and I'm going to fry these on both sides until they're golden brown. After a couple of minutes, just give them a flip, and we're going to plate these up and basically continue until all of our slices have been fried. This smells delicious. I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing. I'm going to take one and I'm going to dip it in my little homemade chili sauce right now. Oh, and yes, as you can see, I have indeed sprinkled some toppings over. This is just some chopped coriander, a little bit of spring onion, and a very mild chili. Cheers! Super delicious. It's bouncy, a little bit chewy thanks to that rice flour, packed full of flavour from all of those ingredients that we lovingly fried first. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. It's fabulous. It's best served warm so the insides are still nice and soft. Now don't worry if they go cold, you can reheat them again. So there you go, a kosher / halal friendly log bagel. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com, follow me on Instagram on tashcakes.tastes, and find me on TikTok too. I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more, give this video a like if you'd like to help other people find it, comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. I feel like my hair was getting poofier and poofier during that video.